Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Darren Holmes from Kaizen Mindset, Kaizen Wellness. Kaizen Wellness is a physical mental health and wellness platform where we utilize skills, drills, techniques and strategies from mental health awareness, mental health first aid, the roots and dimensions of wellness, cognitive behavioral therapy, neuro-linguistic programming, and mindful behaviors. What do I want to talk about this morning? Not done a video for a little while, and my apologies on that front. I've been very, very busy and very, very overwhelmed and found myself back into this place here, which is called the stress head, where all the gears and all the plates are spinning at the same time and you're just losing control of what's going on. I want to talk this morning about interoception, exteroception, proprioception, neuroception, sensory inputs and fireworks. Really, really good friend of mine sent me a message this morning and just said, "Hey mate, how you doing with the fireworks?" Because she knows that historically, going back over years, fireworks have not been kind to me. Now, I am sure there will be lots and lots of veterans that will watch this video that will go, "I know exactly what you're talking about," okay? It might not just be veterans, obviously. Children and pets can also have huge sensitivities to fireworks, and that is because they are an external stimuli to your exteroceptive behaviors, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. Big words. Yeah, as a kid, loved fireworks. Bonfire night was probably my favorite night of the year. I grew up like many children in my age range, watching Vietnam films and Rambo and stuff like that, and it was all hyper arousal of how exciting the running around with a machine gun and killing the communists could be. Then at 17 joined the army and went off and did it for real and became extremely quickly educated in the lack of romance in the realities of warfare, and then the knock-on effects to that with post-traumatic stress disorder, complex post-traumatic stress, hypervigilance, OCD, self-esteem issues, several other factors that spin out from there. So fireworks, after leaving the army, which I left the army, God, long time ago now, for several years after leaving the military, fireworks used to affect me badly. I didn't look forward to bonfire night. I wasn't jumping out of my skin, but the bang would be, it would just take you back to places. Now, they're called anchors or triggers. Now, anything can anchor you or trigger you to a memory from the past. And it's not just from a military sense, from anybody that is suffering with any sort of post-traumatic stress. Something happened in the past that traumatized you, and when you see the person, see a colour, smell the cut grass, read a book, watch a film, hear a sound, hear a song, anything historic can trigger you back to a place of overwhelm like this. And I did a video not too long ago about the situation that unfolded in Afghanistan, which was very close to my heart. I spent 7 years working in Afghanistan, and to move away from that country when it all went extremely wrong put me into a bit of a spin, because it just brought back lots and lots of memories. However, the point I'm trying to make is this, that we can be triggered at any point in time by anything and anyone that will take us back to a place that we don't want to be. It will release exactly the same chemicals in the body. So your stress hormones of cortisol, adrenaline, and the 28 other stress hormones, which names I won't be able to remember. The body floods with those hormones, and then you react from a place of emotion. And it's not something you can control. Had a conversation with somebody recently who said, "You can control this." And I was like, I can't. I can be conscious of it, but it comes from an unconscious place that then forces you into a stress response. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. We'll always go to one of those. Everybody does. Even if you don't believe it, you do. And I could show you on a chart exactly where you are. So your body will flood with hormones and you will react in a certain way. However, what we have to educate ourselves to do is catch that. We have to educate ourselves to catch it and go, okay, I recognize what this is. I recognize that the fireworks going off outside are just bringing an extraceptive sensory input, which is then communicating with an interoceptive feeling, which is releasing chemicals, which is bringing back memories, which is pushing me into a stress response that I don't want to react from. So being responsive and not reactive is the key to sort of your own stability. And I'm guilty of it. I don't mind admitting it. I'm very, very guilty of it myself. I teach it all the time, but I'm still guilty of it. I'm still a human being. So interoception is everything that goes on inside the body. Your digestion, your blinking, my talking, my heart is beating, my lungs are working. I don't need to think about my motor actions. It's all just happening for me. That is interoceptive and it happens autonomically. Extraception is all the things, all the stimulus that is going on outside. So this is where all your senses come into play. So our main senses being what we see, what we hear, what we can taste, what we can touch, and what we can feel, right? So on the feelings front, feelings are generated by your nervous system. Okay, now I've said this several times that from a Western psychology, a Western medical perspective, when somebody is potentially having a de-stressed mental health issue, it could be a case of, right, you need to go to counselling, or you need some cognitive behavioural therapy, or you need some neuro-linguistic programming. But the first thing that anybody's going to say to you is, how do you feel? How do you feel today? We don't feel with the brain. We feel with the body. Feelings come from the nervous system. That is an interoceptive feeling that something isn't right, driven by sensory inputs from extraception. So all your senses, all your things that you're touching, things that you're hearing, things that people are causing reactions within you, which stirs emotion. Now, a big area of study for me at the moment is the inner child. And this book over my shoulder here, How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole LePera, absolutely incredible. It helps you to identify your inner child, and it helps you to identify where you are projecting from with your own emotions. Shameless pitch there for Dr. Nicole. Lost me track ever so slightly. So interoception, extraception. So what happens is extraceptive stimuli comes in through our senses. Interoception meets it in the middle and wraps an emotion around it. Extraception and interoception work together to develop neuroception, which is when the brain says, I remember what this is. I remember how this feels. Here is the emotion we're going to wrap around that feeling. And here is the way that I am going to project it onto the rest of the world in a split second. We have to learn to manage that. And we have to learn to manage it by the sense of being responsive, not reactive. So fireworks, back to fireworks. Really, really, great that my friend contacted me today to say, how are the fireworks affecting you? Really pleased to say the fireworks don't affect me anymore. And personally, I'm really looking forward to Bonfire Night this year, to go out and watch the fireworks and enjoy them for exactly what they are. Just a sensory stimuli to make you go, woo! And enjoy it, and enjoy it with the kids, or enjoy it with whoever you're going to go and enjoy it with. From a post-traumatic stress disorder perspective, if you have veterans within your family, or you have people who have been involved in maybe collisions or RTCs, RTAs, road traffic accidents, road traffic collisions and stuff like that, where loud bangs have been present, things like fireworks have massive potential to spin them out, and they don't even realize why. Okay, it is an extraceptive input that will take you back to a memory that you don't enjoy, which will trigger the emotion inside the body via chemicals and will put them into a fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response, okay? So, although I can't say they're not responsible for the way they feel, they are responsible for the way they react to the feeling, okay? Or we are responsible to the way we respond, not react. If you are aware that this extrasensory stimulus is going to potentially get the better of you, swallow it down, breathe it down, regulate the heart rate by breathing exercises, recognize it for what it is. Do not try to combat it with drink or drugs, because all they're going to do is make the depressive episode even worse. It's a disassociation. That's what we do. We tend to reach for a coping mechanism that will disassociate us from the stress response. And it's just not the way ahead. The best thing I can give you right now would be cold shower. If you have the ability, or if you're getting spun out by the fireworks, if you have the ability to go and get an ice cold shower, trust me, okay, the benefits are massive. It will make your body go into a stress response where all the pressure and stress that you're carrying on your shoulders will be placed on the side. Your body goes into survival mode because of the cold water shock. 10 or 15 seconds later, your body goes, actually, do you know what? We're not in danger. We're not in the North Sea and we're not going to drown. All the blood that has rushed into your internal organs will then return into your arms and legs. You'll catch your breath. Your heart rate will slow down. You'll get out the shower. You'll get dry and you'll feel quite invigorated, okay? So if the fireworks are spinning you out this year, go and get a cold shower. If you want to learn more about your nervous system, how your nervous system reacts to interoception, exteroception, neuroception, proreception, which is all your motor functions, how agility, ability, balance, etc., etc. Darren Holmes from Kaizen Mindset, physical, mental health and wellness coaching. Have a fantastic day and have a fantastic bonfire night. Bye, guys.